Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us, we have the Jazmm, or known as the Sunoony. Sunoony, get it? This is the A22. It's an AM/FM weather alert, shortwave, portable radio with MP3 player. You can find this retailing on Amazon for $36, though you might get a coupon bringing the price down to $29 or even lower. Mine I was able to get for around $24. I believe it was near Prime Days. I did have this for a while, took it apart, had a lot of fun with it, and I'll talk to you about that. But great radio, nonetheless, for the money. If you can get it under $30, it's definitely a pickup. So there you go. I'm giving final thoughts before I start. So you can get it in blue, black, or silver color, whatever is out there at the time. Mine is actually gunmetal, though it's showing blue on the box. That's a picture of it. The box is pretty simple. You got some bullet points on each side there. Yes, it says lithium battery. Nice. We'll talk about that. And it runs on D cells. I always like it when they have both. Took everything out of the box. Let's show what you get. So we get to start the show, the 822 Jazmm or Sunoony. I love that. What a total ripoff of the name. You get a charging cable, USB Type-C. Beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Moving up in the world, yes. We get some paperwork. We get a thank you card. How thoughtful. That's very cool. Thank you. And we get the manual here. Now the manual I think is pretty basic fare. I don't think there's anything very exciting in here. Though it has a lot of function to this radio for the money. I'm pretty surprised by that. So let's keep going here. There we go. Get contents. We'll cover all this stuff. But it's a pretty basic setup. This shows you how to do all your stations. You can manually set presets, which is fantastic. And you can manually delete them. You can auto save and store them. And you get 40 per band, which isn't bad. And you quickly access them too as well by hitting the short button presses there with the number keys. Yeah, this radio has number keys on there. It's nice. Correct our frequencies with that. So there we go. Talk about shortwave. Okay, weather. We're almost done with this book, and we'll get to the radio. Okay, also you can do your MP3 player. The MP3 player is actually pretty decent. We'll talk about that as well. There's a sleep time setting, and headphone jack. So yeah, FM stereo listening. I love that. Okay, and then turn stereo on and off. There's a lot to this. Lock switch, your battery life indicator, and they get pretty detailed about the voltage of the battery and what it represents with the lithium. Nice. Almost done. Okay, we're done. Oh, wait a minute. The nerd section. Yeah, frequency ranges. People want to know that stuff. There you go. So there's different versions. You can't, I don't think, change it on the radio. So you get what you get on those versions. So if you're in those areas, you know, ask if yours supports that there. Okay, and then, yeah, pretty straight up. You can see everything there. Okay, great. So that's out of the way. Get this stuff out of the way. Let's talk about this radio. Yeah, the A22. Let's go over dimensions quick. 10 inches in length. Nice. From this edge to the tuning, not tuning knob, volume on-off control. I wish this was a tuning knob. It doesn't have a tuning knob. It has tuning buttons, but here nor there, it's like, again, it was under $25 for me. And if you can get it for that, it's awesome. So yeah, let's go ahead and do the height here. Our height from top to bottom right here, the base is 5 3/4 inches. With the handle extended is 8 inches. Then we have a depth of 2 3/4 inches from front to back. Very cool. Let's do a size comparison. I always like to do that. All right, let's set stuff on top of it. It will be the easiest. We have CC Pocket in the house. Current time is 11:50 p.m. at Central Daylight Time. I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA, in the month of September and the year 2024. Yeah, always exciting. And then we have CC Skywave 2, AM/FM weather alert, airband shortwave, Has almost everything this radio has. This doesn't have airband, unfortunately. But there you go. Somebody, mentions they want me to use U.S. currency, so there you go. $20 bill. I'm rich. Yeah, I think it's the only 20 I have in my possession. It stays on the desk. It's all, My wife uses credit cards all the time for everything. And yeah, we don't have much cash now, so if you come in here to rob me, you're going to take my radio. Or just $20, and that's all you're going to get. Oh, my deck of cards. Yeah, wait. Gotta show you that. There's 20. Okay, deck of cards. Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He loves Sunoonies from China land. He's Iron Man. Don't screw up my name, man. Fun stuff. All right. So anyway, yeah, I was doing that with the deck of cards. So let's talk about features of the Sunoony A22 or Jazz MM. I'm going to call it the Jazz. How about that? The Jazz A22. Sounds better. Sounds cooler. Left-hand side of the radio, we have the input. So type C, plug it in, and you get this little red light, charging light, and then when it's done charging, the light goes off. Not bad, huh? I like that. I believe it's a 1 amp charge rate, and expect to charge it in about 4 to 5 hours, because the capacity of this radio is 4,000 milliamp hour, in case I forget to mention it. Go to the front of the radio where everything happens. We have this big-looking speaker grill. Isn't that nice? Looks monstrous, like it'd be a 4-inch speaker sitting in there. Nope. It's a 2-inch speaker sitting in there. I am not kidding. I took the radio apart and I'm like, what? What? Little dude. There's this little 2-inch speaker sitting in a big box enclosure. So it has a big baffle and it sounds huge. So it's kind of like the same speaker setup they use in the Eaton Elite Field kind of setup, except the speaker's facing forward in this one. It's pretty good sounding. I'm pretty impressed. It's just I was expecting a bigger speaker, but it's good. So we have a mode button. This takes us to MP3 player or back to radio. Around radio with the band buttons. So we got the 4 bands, your FM, medium wave, shortwave, weather, kind of in that order. We have a pause play button. Now these 2 buttons are your main tuning buttons, yes. So tuning forward, incremental, tuning back, incremental, seek forward, seek back. They work well, but that's the only 2 you get, unfortunately, or direct entering frequencies down here, but we'll get to there. We also, of course, have fast forward, rewind, track forward, track back. MP3 player, like I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned it, when you're playing the MP3s, it remembers track position within the track and the track you're on when you turn the radio off. That's fantastic. So listening to an hour-long podcast, if you hit pause or you turn the radio off, turn it back on, it remembers exactly where you left off. Or if you change the band to radio, listen to the radio and you want to go back to your podcast, again, it remembers exactly where you left off. Wonderful. I love that. For a sub-$30 radio, that's pretty amazing. Here we got a large display, like in this. Amber side lid, both sides. We got shortwave. That's a strong station coming in without the antenna up. So yeah, we got the shortwave band here, but yeah, you saw that. Big numbers. Great. Turn that back off until we get to it. Numeric keypad, direct active frequencies or memory positions. Very simple. And of course, you can see multiple options on those buttons. So number 3, we got a memory button. So you can tap that once and then you can access direct to your presets, or you can press and hold to add the preset. And use these 2 buttons here to navigate up and down the presets to where you want to put it. And then hit memory again to lock it in, or let it auto lock it in by itself. If you forget to hit the memory at the end, it'll automatically save it to where you positioned it. Also, if you just want to quickly navigate your presets up and down, you use these buttons. And we'll probably use these on shortwave. We have a frequency button, which is pretty self-explanatory. Hit frequency, then enter the desired frequency, and it should take you right there. Going down here, you can see 6 is a lockout feature, so you can lock the radio out completely. 7 is a meter band button, so if you're on shortwave, I believe there's 7 bands, or 9, excuse me, there's 9 meter bands. Sweet. So they segmented it in 9 different bands. So you quickly navigate through shortwave. Stereo on or off with headphones. Sleep function. Scan function, so if you press and hold the 0 button on your favorite band, FM, AM, or shortwave, it'll automatically save and store. And again, you only get 40 presets per band, so it uses them up fairly quick, especially on medium wave or FM. We have a delete function to manually delete presets. Again, that's a great feature. And then below it, we have alert. So press and hold this, and it takes you to weather alert. I believe whatever mode you're on. I'm not sure if it's on the MP3 mode, but any radio mode definitely takes you to weather alert. Over here we have a switch for the lithium ion bay or the D-cell battery bay. That is nice to have. I like that. Separating the two batteries, just in case. It's a good thing. And of course we got tone control, low and high. I find myself always on low. You got the little thing there, AM, FM, shortwave, weather band, MP3, LCD display radio. Okay. Over here we got our volume on-off control, micro SD card slot, USB thumb drive slot, headphone jack. Headphone experience, it's not the greatest. I would say you probably won't be using headphones much with the radio, but if you're expecting much on FM, it's weak lows, moderate mids, really strong highs. MP3 player actually sounds decent with strong lows, moderate mids, moderate highs. AM and shortwave is probably your best use for this, and it has a low neutral tone. So there you go. Bottom of the radio, okay, top of the radio. Got the handle built in. We're almost through. We're going to turn it on in a second. Demo this radio. 29-inch whip antenna gives us our great reception. Going to the back of the radio. Flipping it back here. We have a tag showing a frequency information. There's AM, standard, 10 kHz stepping. And then we have our FM band, standard band for the USA. Shortwave is 4.75 to 21.85 megahertz. That's continuous, by the way. There's no breaks in that if you're scanning. I like that. Weather band. And media, okay, so, and then here is our battery bay. Now you can put the charging cable in here, that's what I do, but I don't know, I didn't put it in here, but I could if I want to. But you can put 4D cells in if you need to, but otherwise, it's running on an internal battery pack, which is two 18650s in a heat shrink in a little holder, so it's really nice, it's really secure, and it's like a module almost, so if the battery pack fails, you could probably build your own and put it in there. So yeah, it's two 18650s, or you can even use a single 18650 if you have to, and that dual gives you 4,000 milliamp hour. There's batteries nowadays that almost give that same capacity in a single one, so something to think about. All right, cool. So that's in there, and let's go ahead and demo this radio. We'll do some Radio Todderbert, which is pretty much me playing off the MP3 player, royalty-free music from YouTube, and yeah, and then we'll go to the radio portion. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Now we're on shortwave. We'll hit our mode button.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
be nice and quiet there. Yeah. So, okay, we can go to Old Time Radio Show here. Let's go ahead and do that.
The Harold Perry Show.
Our friends.
You know, they say there's an explanation for everything. But I don't think that goes where Irma Peterson is concerned. Why do I say that? Well, a few minutes ago, I told Irma that in the Arctic Circle, the nights are 6 months long. And Irma said,
Gee, when a girl goes to a dance, her mother must say, be a good girl and try to get home before July.
Normally those things jolt me, but tonight I'm too...
So there you go. Very cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and hook it up to a whip antenna and do some shortwave. Yeah. So that gives you an idea for a little bit of the audio. Now, if you were really listening closely, you might have heard a little tick sound. A little ticking sound is, I think, either audio related. I notice it in everything, like playing back MP3s, listening to the radio. You may hear it. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's battery related, but I was experimenting a little bit, and it was less obvious with D-cell batteries in operation. So, again, don't know what it is, but it's very little and subtle that it only probably bugs me and not anybody else in the world. But if I had mentioned it, it's the one caveat to this radio that I mentioned. So, but let's go ahead and cruise the bands. So let's shortwave. Shortwave. Hold on. Load. There we are.
Got Abel killed. It wasn't Abel's sin, of course. It was Cain's sin. But what was the singular sin that caused Cain to murder and...
You guys know what we'll be broadcasting at on 5 megahertz here, or see, it's 5010 kilohertz. Let me know. Time is 2:04 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Add 5 hours for UTC. Be 5:04 in the morning, September, weekday. So yeah, let me know. We're Chicagoland area here, picking the stations up, and yeah, nice. Okay, let's keep going. I'm using the presets I found. This was jamming music last night.
Mark and Rebecca. Yeah, not just in the dining hall. In the dining hall at this hour.
Got Brother Stairs old group still going.
Hallelujah.
Should worry about it. No, not going there. Not because we're some fundamentalist, I preach that breathing is a sin. No, because there should be a change that happens and not...
Cuba. It's funny on 6 megahertz. It always sounds muffled for some reason.
Es la joya de la corona cuando se habla de industria en Cuba. Su aporte a las arcas estatales superó con creces al del azúcar, el tabaco, la pesca, los medicamentos y el ron. Que experimenta actualmente el sector. Dice el 14 y medio, señala que el empresario William Pitt, heredero de varias minas expropiadas por Fidel Castro en 1960 y observador atento de los negocios.
Whatever we commit to him. Amen. You can't help him, so you might well.
Here's WRMI out of Okeechobee, Florida. Coming in pretty clear.
I think...
I usually get 9330 that you just heard. Much clearer than that. That's from Maine. They're a huge tower.
She even hears the preaching sometimes. Hallelujah. Yeah, they just, you know.
Car wash. Then you got this. It's funny. Okay, I think I gotta manually go up to. Oops.
I'm trying to straighten Irma out.
Jane, who are you writing to?
Okay, that's a fun little bug. There we go.
At the time, 5 hours, 9 minutes, coordinated universal time.
And this passage of scripture here is giving us a little bit of insight.
Okay, in the meter bands, you can jump through. Here's what their setup is. There actually might be something here. I'll go down and see. Just to check, because New Zealand comes in clear in Chicago here. So, might get lucky. I did the other night with a really inexpensive DSP radio, which I was shocked. Okay, I don't think I could get past it. But as you can see, the browse is pretty quick. And you can get to with the meter bands, you get to your shortwave pretty quick there. And it's pretty decent coverage, you know, for what it is. It's not bad. But now we're almost done with the shortwave here. I just wanted to kind of show you now. Yeah, during the day, it was a little bit above average. I found about 15 stations, which I was pretty impressed with. And some were very weak. So it's definitely getting some distance. Okay, so it looks like we're not going to find anything here. So we'll just stop the seek. Alright, so we're going to switch bands.
0.99 inches and steady. Elsewhere around the area, it was clear with a
so we got the weather band.
Keegan, 59 at Wheeling, 63.
And I believe this found 5 stations during the day. So again, above average. Average is around 3 to 4. The 29-inch antenna helps. Now the wire I'm using is a Kato T1. It's a simple wire. It's a 22-foot wire. It's going to the inside of my window. It's not to the outside. Just to get out of the subfloor basement.
Temperature of 63 at Milwaukee, 55 at Madison, Wisconsin, 56 at Lithium. The pressure was 29.99 inches and the current time is 12:10 a.m. Central for a portion of south-central Wisconsin, including Janesville. Rest of town of southeast Wisconsin, including Racine and Kenosha. Rest of tonight, Michigan Shore Friday through Saturday night due to high waves. Spotter in for miles per hour early in the evening, becoming light and very.
So that was 6 stations right there. Nice, 6 out of the 7.
Mostly sunny.
That's pretty good.
Highs in the upper 70s.
All right, let's go switch over to FM. Yeah, FM. Here we'll just seek tune.
Then the masses are going to go, wait, where's this grace?
And protect me wherever I am, like the apple of your eye. Make
of its communications, but as a
to Lebanon to get more of that story shortly.
Home for jazz. Well, good morning. My name is Matthew Hermes. How about we jump right into a birthday celebration? Saxophonist Gary Bartz won a...
Or possible, even the elect would be deceived. Now, that doesn't mean the church.
American countries struggle with widespread drought and record-setting blizzards.
It's who I am. It's who I am. Get my feet out. You are perfect in all of your ways. Hey, how you doing? Man. I can dig it. Right on.
Yo me caso contigo, mi nombre suena bien. You better shape up.
with our fur-tastic friends. Brought to you by the road. But if the price of lumber spikes again, like it...
Access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data. NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the... Need surgery. All of this combined with using our state-of-the-art...
Or you get an email link to buy them. I'm getting these right now. Digital marketing. And that's what 2060 Digital...
You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club. Good fun, it's who you are. Me and my friends have not shown. And nights when the sun went down, we'd be running them streets like we're on the...
That red bike on our free iHeartRadio app.
I'm just a man, no more thinking.
Big mountaintop moments where God is showing up.
He belongs to me, boy.
For the escape artist, our personalized...
Fellas, that was really great. And Don... Excuse me, I better answer this.
Well, we'll run along, Jack. So long.
So long, Don. Hello?
To keep you moving.
Man, I tell the truth, your opinion is irrelevant.
Pero todo esto es a consecuencia de una manera.
So there you go. That's the FM band. I had to go through the whole thing because it's fantastic sounding. I forgot to mention FM reception report. It got a 3.5 star rating. So good to very good. If anybody knows my 5-tier rating, fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. Most are okay to good radios. 48 stations found on a typical analog radio. This is digital, DSP controlled, and I found it has 73 stations, which puts it solidly in a good to very good category. So 3.5 star rating, and it did it good on selectivity as well. As you saw, I was getting stations faint next to strong stations, which is fantastic with this radio. You will love the FM performance. We'll quickly do daytime AM band, or talk about the evening AM band, excuse me, and then do final thoughts. So evening's been pretty good on the medium wave band. During the day, not so much, but it's got a 4-inch ferrite antenna in here that's wound really nice. So it does have that going for it. When I took it apart, I noticed it. So we don't need the telescopic whip anymore, so we'll get that out of the way. And let's go ahead and switch our band. Okay, start at the bottom. Just hit a few stations that I know. We'll do the direct detecting frequency. Okay. So let's put in Nashville 650 66650. So we pick it up. Now it has a slow acting AGC. During the day, it's great on locals and good on semi-locals. Whoops, I'm supposed to hit the frequency button again. Yeah, hold on a second. I usually just put my presets. So that's 434 miles south. So okay, can't hover on the music, but let's enter in, we'll just go to a local station.
$1,000 to prostate cancer research by donating 40 cents for every purchase of shields, guards, and
WSCR Chicago, home of the Cubs.
Learn more at the Pen.
Wasn't it defying Joe Biden?
Yes,
not after the election, but before. Of course.
Tone control's noticeable. Alert mode, you can press and hold anywhere.
And I want to tell you about my friends at Equity Protect. Equity Protect is the only company that prevents...
I thought it was anywhere. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so you gotta be on the weather band. Let's show that to you real quick.
Relative humidity was 81%.
Press hold.
The wind.
There we go. So you gotta be on the weather band. I thought it could be anywhere on the radio bands. Anyway, here's the alert mode. It's scanning all 7 stations looking for an alert tone, not just one station, so there's that. Not bad, but you will get notified out of your area probably for something. But yeah, let's go back to the AM band. Oops, turn this off. Okay. FM, there we go. So let's go to, say, 720, because you don't want to use the... These would take forever.
Yes, absolutely, it happens often, unless the artists themselves wrote the song very often.
WGN Chicago, local.
Came to record whatever it was, and.
Radio.ca. This is Zoomer Radio, the original greatest hits.
So that's Zoomer Radio out of Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles northeast. So we can pick up the stations at night. WSB Atlanta, Georgia. I guess sometimes you just gotta wait for it to clear up.
And they hate when you call them that, or you
% off your total purchase. Get 0% financing.
WBBM Chicago.
Blinds for the bedroom.
And let's just hit one more station. Let's hit 1020. It's KDKA. Okay, yeah, we're gonna talk about that stuff. But 1020 KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Drug discovery and development and commercial.
agency determined with moderate confidence that there is a link between higher levels of fluoride exposure and lower IQ in kids. We'll check the roads and get the latest forecast coming up next.
In today's Marketers Report,
So there's WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts. It's 880 miles northeast. So you get the idea. It has pulling power. So we'll go ahead and turn it off. So yeah, we were operating on the 2 lithium batteries, which makes this radio pretty lightweight without having put 4 D cells in. That's a good thing. But if the battery pack ever died and you don't have the skills to open it up and replace it, then you just run on your D cells. So something to think about. Quickly, let's go over final thoughts. Likes. I like the speaker. Sounds great. Great audio. Fantastic. I like FM stereo on the headphones. That sounds nice. I do like the onboard lithium battery. I'm a fan of that because it does have a dry battery bay as well. If it didn't have that, I don't know, it'd be alright. Just I wish it would then be a replaceable battery on the back versus internal as it is. But they're doing it to save space, which is good. Yeah, there's a few other things I like. Weather alert, that's a big thing to have on any radio. It's sensitive on all the bands, especially when you're browsing. You'll find that out when you're doing shortwave. It picks up all the stations. It doesn't pass anything by, typically. So you'll like using the browse feature. 40 presets per band, and the ability to add them manually and delete them manually is a big deal as well. My only dislike, a gripe about this radio, is the slight tick that you hear at a low level, like when the audio gets a little lower. I don't know if you guys are hearing it, but it's a tick once in a while, and it's a little annoying to me. So that kind of throws me off a little bit. If they can fix that, awesome. But this radio cost me $25, so it's a great deal for that money. I'm gonna overlook that. So it still sounds fantastic, as you heard. So overall, if you can get this radio, under $30, it's a buy. If it's over $30, it's a wait. Definitely don't pick it up, but it does offer quite a bit for your money, as you saw and heard. So there you go. If you enjoy it, give me a big like. This is the A22 Jazmm or Sunoony. I'm going to get that right someday. It's just a hack on Sony. I love it. A22, yeah. Definitely check it out. Use my links below if you want to support the channel. You guys are great. Of course, too, if you like these inexpensive shortwave radios and you want to see more, them adding weather alert is a pretty cool thing for us in America. Awesome. Thank you for doing that. Just extras. I love it. And that's always a nice thing to see. Definitely subscribe to the bell icon, get notified of these reviews. And 3, comment below what you think about the A22. Is it in your future? All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.